What's up, party people? Are you ready to hear me complain about another Dekaron update? Well, if that's the case, you are in the right place. If you aren't looking for that, then I don't know, go watch cat videos or whatever it is that you do on the internet. This update was almost good, so make sure to watch the video and find out why. Let's get this party started. Well, guys, it's that time of the week to talk about another Dekaron update. And this update is, I don't know how to pronounce this, Hate Couture? I don't know. So as you guys know, if I don't know the word, we're going to Google. So the first word is...
Haute.
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 Haute, which means fashionably elegant or high class. And the second word is...
Couture.
Couture. Haute couture. Which is fashionable clothes. So this just means fancy fashion clothes or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, here's our update. So the update brings us the Transcendence Costume. Now, what is the Transcendence Costume? Basically, this is a costume that allows us to have more customizable characters in game. Basically, it allows you to kind of change your costume without having to change your crests. Which actually, in theory, guys, sounds awesome, right? When I first saw this, I was like, finally. I'm like, Dekaron's actually getting on the, the cosmetic train, right? I mean, people love cosmetics. Like, it is a big thing. Lots of games make tons of money off it. And I'm like, oh, man, they're finally, screwing their heads on right. And they're like, oh, we need to actually make money off of this. So we're going to, make this, make everything more customizable, right? Yeah, so it's a good idea, right? So here's what actually happened. So what actually happened is, first off, you have to craft this Transcendence costume. How do you craft the Transcendence costume? You do that by disassembling other costumes. Those costumes give you this mystical fabric, and with 100 mystical fabric, you have a chance to get the Transcendence costume. Once you have that Transcendence costume, you can use it to change how it looks with having the same crests in it, right? Which is really cool. And you automatically unlock all the potential costumes that you can put on your character. So, here's the thing, though. To get this Transcendence costume, you need a ton of this mystical fabric. I know people that have already failed over 30 times trying to get this Transcendence costume. And it's just like, dang it, this was almost a good update, right? This was almost cool where it's like you could, really customize your character and enjoy it, but you immediately have to shell out a ton of money to buy costumes in the D shop to disassemble, which I think is just really lame. It is. The costumes actually look really cool. Everything looks really cool. We'll take a look at those in a minute here. But I really just feel like they missed a really good... Oh, and you can you get rank options on it too. But I feel like they really missed a super good opportunity to get people playing the game again. Like this was a really cool opportunity, and I'm going to tell you why. This is how I would have done this system. What I would have done is I would have made it so that everyone gets their basic Transcendence costume, right? You get this costume. This is now your cosmetic costume. You put crests in it, but it has the display that you want. And you can go to this character and you can change how your character looks, which is kind of what it does right now, right? Except I would not have it where it unlocks all of the costumes instantly, right? What I would do is I would make it so that you have to buy the various costumes in the D shop that you want to unlock to have your character, change their looks, right? It's a cosmetic thing. You're paying for the cosmetic and you have to unlock it in the D shop. Or, an even better idea, have it in the D shop, but also make them farmable across the many dungeons that are in Dekaron. Now you have people that are trying to collect these unlocked costumes, going to different dungeons and running the dungeons. You can even give it a super low drop rate. Tons of other games do this. I wish for once they would maybe look at what works for other games and try to do it in their own game, but I just never see it happen. I don't know. So this is a really cool idea. I really like the idea. I think it's awesome that it's in game. It's just, I think the way they set it up from a financial standpoint, they were just looking for the biggest return instantly and not thinking about the money that they could make off of this in the long run, right? Like, it's just like, because you could make more money off of this in the long run if you had people having to unlock each of the costumes by purchasing them and like maybe putting them in your costume shop or something like that. I think it would have been way more profitable and your players would have been happy. So I don't get why people don't think about this. It's just, I don't know. It's just upsetting to me. But let's hop in game for a second here. Hold on, I gotta switch the windows, so I gotta look over here for a second. And it's actually really cool, the costumes that are available. I'll show you right here. So basically, you come in here and you can preview all the different questions. So you've got like and you can even like zoom in and see your character. But there's like all the various costumes here that are really cool. I think some of them actually look like awesome. There's my it's actually a different swimsuit costume than the one I have. I don't know, but some of them are really cool. Like I really like. I'll show you one of the ones that I really like. I think. Oh yeah, there's the one that I got stuck with. I think this one. Well, this one looks absolutely obnoxious. It's the big monkey mask, but this one I think looks really cool. It's like you're like you got like this like jester look or something like that. Pretty dope. If I had mine, I'd probably change it to that. But I'm not going to spend a bunch of money to try to unlock this right now. Maybe I'll disassemble costumes I get in the future. But yeah. But wouldn't it be more fun, guys, if you were like unlocking these costumes by stuff that you did in game? I mean, that would be way more fun. Or, you know, if they were going to make money off of this long term, like have all these costumes available in the D shop and then you buy them and then you can bring them over here and insert them in here and then you have those costumes available to you, right? Like, I just think it would have been better. But no, they have to make the most amount of money they can possibly get out of their players without their players even being happy about it, because that's just how they do it. Yeah, disappointing, guys. And there's more stuff to be disappointed about, which you'll see in just a second here. Let's go back to the news post. Okay, so everything must go. This is the one part of the update that I think is absolutely fantastic, and I'll show you why. There is a login event, guys. We haven't had a log event in a long time that was actually worth something, but this login event is OP, guys. This is just fantastic. You can get really good crests. Basically, you can get an 18%, or sorry, not 18, that'd be crazy, an 8% damage reduction and an 11% damage PPVP damage res orange, 8% blue, 16% all attack. Now, those of you who are just buying all this junk in the D shop, you're going to be like, those aren't even the best in slot. Well, for people like me who have not had the opportunity to get these PvP gems because they're super expensive and they're not farmable, I'm sitting here and I'm like drooling at these. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do this on 3 characters so that I can get two 8% and one 11% so I can actually have a PvP costume and, you know, still get destroyed in PvP, but at least be a little bit more viable. I think this is fantastic. I will, however, say 25 days, that's a lot of days to log in, guys. Like, it's just like, man, I don't know why. Like, anytime there's something decent, they're like, you got to log in for 25 days straight to get it. It's like, oh my God, that's such a commitment. I just think it's too high, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try to get my hands on some of these crests because I do not have them. So I think that is really cool. The other stuff in here seems kind of silly. I don't know. I guess a 10-day holy water is okay-ish, but I don't know. The only thing that really seems good to me here is the PvP orange and the 8% blue. But besides that, oh, and I mean the 45% experience green is also very good. So if you're trying to level, so any of those are good. So that's cool. That's fantastic. D Shop. Oh, look at this. They're adding the Champions Lucky Box back again because, you know, why not make Coliseum more? I mean, I say this every time they bring it. Why not make it actually realistic to farm? Nah. It's just you can just buy it. So that's how it goes. See the costumes. This is another part of the update that really upset me, guys. This really upset me. Okay. So the Champions Lucky Box is here to help if those Coliseum bracelets remain out of your grasp. Now, I read this and I freaked out. The blood circulation jade bracelet obtained in Norak Secret Arena can be upgraded to the various stages of power. I was like, what? Are you serious? Finally, we can like have an upgrade path for these bracelets? I like freaked out, guys. I like freaked out and I hopped in game. I'm going to show you exactly what happened. I freaked out. I hopped in game, which I'm going to do right now. I hopped in game and I searched around. I'm like, you know, where do I upgrade these? Do I go to Aria? No, it's not at Aria. Do I go in the crafting system? No, it's not in the crafting system. I'm like, oh, maybe it's over at the over at the Coliseum dungeon, right? And I'm like, okay, so if you're upgrading a bracelet from the level 1 to the level 130, you know, you'd probably just a couple of the, you know, Coliseum tokens. And then if you're going to upgrade from the 130 to the 165, you know, maybe a decent amount more. But, I mean, not too many, right? It's just a level 165 bracelet. Not even close to best in slot, but necessary to make players enjoy the game because it gives them, you know, PvE resistance. Yeah, you know, logic, right? So I come here and I'm like, oh, okay, let's check this out. Right? Okay, okay. So they're all right here. Right? So I'm like, okay. Let's see how much it is to upgrade the level 1. I want you to hear me say this: the level 1 bracelet to the level 130 bracelet. Ready? Okay, let's look. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, okay, 30 fight tickets and 10 champion tokens. I'm like, you know, that's kind of a lot given that, you know, it's a level 130 bracelet, and for some reason you have to farm a level 190 or 195, whatever this is, dungeon to get it. I'm kind of like, okay, well, I mean, at least it's decent. I'm like, just as long as the next upgrade isn't too bad, right? So then, you know, I come in here again, and I'm like, okay, so let's take a look at this. And I look, and I see upgrading a level 130 bracelet to a level 165 bracelet, and I see this number, 250 champion tokens. Like, what? Why would you need to farm 250 champion tokens to get a level 165 bracelet? This drives me insane. Why in the world does this item need to be so exclusive? I don't understand it. It makes no sense at all. Like, for people who are trying to progress their characters, like, oh, I just got to level 165, or hey, I just started my jump character, you know, what bracelet should I be getting? Oh, this Immortality Jade bracelet, you know, that seems to make a lot of sense. Let's see. Oh, I need to farm the level 190 dungeon, which I can't even do without this bracelet. Yeah, so I need to farm that dungeon for, like, what, like 6 months? Does anyone on the team actually know how long it takes to farm 250 champion tokens? I don't know, guys. This just blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind. I was like, this was so potentially good. Everything about this update today was so potentially good. It was almost there. But at the end of the day, it's, you know, money. They're like, nah, you just buy this in the D shop. Like, why actually give people a reason to go in the game and play? I don't know, guys. I don't know. If you came here to see me freak out and complain, I mean, you've already gotten what you wanted. So, there you go. And let's go back to the update post. D shop, stuff I don't care about, D shop. Bug fixes. Basically, there was this glitch on this quest. I actually got a lot of people asking about this in the past, and you weren't able to re-enter the secret passageway if you left during the quest. So now you can do that. I'm happy they fixed it, because a lot of people thought they were stuck on the main quest, but in reality they weren't. They just needed to go to the next map. But now this won't be a problem. Something about the equipment preview window. That's good. And then, if you guys didn't see my last video, go watch it. It's about people getting banned because of abusing the daily rewards. Basically, you're able to reset it and do it like unlimited times. I don't know. I still feel the same about this. I mean, it was obviously a bug. It was obviously an exploit. Everyone knows how the daily login reward system is supposed to work. When has it ever been where it resets repeatedly over and over again? Never. We all know how it works, and if you were abusing it, you knew you were abusing it. I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel about it. Anyway, guys, there you go. So here is Dekaron's most recent update that, in my opinion, was almost good. It was almost a good update. But there's just, once again, it's just, you know, money comes first, which is blaringly obvious with Ubi funds, so it's just kind of how it goes, guys. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, questions, suggestions, you can leave them in the comments, and until next time, guys, take care.